So let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Are you like a crazy person?
Yeah, exactly. What's going on? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and you can already see Rekkai is in the building. Oh, my voice cracked just a little bit. How you doing, Rekkai?
Hello, governor.
Hey, I messed all that up. My bad. Listen, we are going to remember something different, and that is the 5th of November. This is going to be
remember
a rewatching. Let me be clear. This is a rewatching of arguably one of my favorite Wachowski projects outside of The Matrix, V for Vendetta. Make sure you stay to the very end, because you already know me and Rekkai. We're going to chop it up. Have a bit of a back and forth, if you will, over the things we've enjoyed and over the things we may be scratching our heads with. So without any further ado, let's get started. Yeah, brother. V for Vendetta. Listen, y'all know me. When it comes to watching movies, sometimes I might get a teeny bit emotional, but that's what you're supposed to do. Hell, if you're going to a movie theater and you ain't trying to be emotionally moved, then what are you doing? There is a moment within this movie, it might get a little dusty. Just give you just a little fair warning. It's just one little quick little moment.
Eyes be sweating.
Just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. But
I mean, you are amped up right now. You've been amped up since you've been back in the chair. You can tell you glad to be back.
I'm glad to be back, brother.
Remember.
That's right. I did it. And I hope to burn in hell.
I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
That's right.
I know his name was Guy Fawkes, and I know in 1605 he attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
We're told to remember the idea, not the man, because a man can fail. He can be killed and forgotten, but 400 years later, an idea can still change the world. Ideas do not bleed. They do not feel pain. They do not love.
Oh, hate to see it happen.
That I miss.
Mm-hmm.
It is a man.
Got your boo thing watching.
A man that I will never forget.
Yes, sir.
Like Batman did that.
I think it's high time we let the colonies know what we really think of them.
The colonies? We're a colony again, huh? I don't think I picked up that last time.
Dump that crap
I
where
think
everything from the
that,
ulcered sphincter of our Serica belongs.
Who's
with me? Who's bloody with me?
It's something when you say the word sphincter out loud.
And now, 20 years later, is what? The world's biggest leper colony. Why?
And, but here's the thing. Should we be surprised that,
Godlessness.
that some
It wasn't
of
the
the
war
British
they
people are
started.
still
It wasn't the plague
angry
they created.
about losing the colonies?
Escapes their
I mean,
past. No one
it's
escapes judgment.
Pushing up on 300 years, and we got a lot of people here from the South that's still mad about that they lost their workers.
I'm a God-fearing Englishman, and I'm goddamn proud of it.
That's quite enough of that, thank you very much.
He sounds like an orange dude.
He sounds like what's happening today.
He does. He sounds very orange. Like the way he was talking is like if the devil, walked up behind him and patted him on the back, like good speech. I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
Any unauthorized personnel will be subject to arrest. This is for your protection.
can you imagine like being in this kind of a protection, this military state like this?
What do you think on that, Willie?
It's a load of bollocks, what I think.
I made a mistake. I shouldn't be out after curfew. I know that.
They seem like them dudes that they about to essay her.
Don't touch me.
Look, Willie, Kitty's got claws.
She just threatened us.
What's wrong with dudes?
It means that we exercise our own judicial discretion.
Oh, goodness.
By sunup, if you're not the sorriest piece of arse in all of London, then you'll certainly be the sorest.
Stowe, man, you better get exactly what you deserve, my guy.
Please!
What do you think, lads? Spare the rod, spoil the
Real
child.
dudes get no cheeks. Look, what is wrong with that dude?
The execution.
We're fingermen, pal.
I don't really care about that.
He ain't got no fingers.
Get some. Now look at you with your willy out.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Come on, brother. You see the mask?
Oh,
We're off to blame in the
Mercy.
nah, in mercy.
What's that mean?
spare the rod.
Get some.
Better right, spoil the child.
Who is but the form following the function of what? And what I am is a man in a mask.
Oh, I can see that.
Tell the architect from the Matrix wrote this.
Oh yeah, just in case you didn't know, this was done by the Wachowskis sisters.
Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain.
He'd be like, I just looked in the dictionary. You missed one V word.
So let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Are you like a crazy person?
Yeah, exactly.
Whom might I ask am I speaking?
I'm Evey.
Evie? Evie.
Of course, Eve.
Means that I, like God, do not play with dice and
Yep.
do not believe in coincidence. Are you hurt?
I don't play with dice, and I don't believe in coincidence.
Performance.
What kind of musician?
Percussion instruments are my speciality, but tonight,
Percussion.
I promise you it'll be like nothing you've ever seen. Afterwards, you'll return home safely.
It's beautiful up here.
Did they ever state the year
Perfect stage.
of the win? It's just in the distant future, right?
It's a kind of post-apocalyptic 2005.
November the 4th.
Not anymore.
Remember.
Remember the 5th of November. The gunpowder, treason, and plot. First, the overture. Yes, the strings.
She's like,
So
oh,
that's
yeah,
why
he's-
she looking
he's
at her.
crazy as hell.
The brass.
Yeah, you hear it. Yes. Yes. Blow,
Face is like, oh,
blow that ish up.
yes. Spend that budget.
Big old V's.
Made a V. Yeah.
DCD was Tchaikovsky's 1812 overture.
Add it to the blacklist. I never want to hear that music again.
Sounds very familiar.
Whoever he is, Chancellor, he's very good.
Spare us your professional annotations, Mr. Finch. They are irrelevant.
Our job is to report the news, not fabricate it. That's the government's.
Sorry, Patricia. I need 2 espressos and 3 coffees from downstairs. And Dietrich is ready for his tea.
Now, Natalie Portman and Hugo Weaving were at the top of their game when they made this bad boy.
And then blow up the Bailey. Didn't Fawkes try to blow up Parliament?
It's not too late.
Look, that's Rupert Graves right there.
Maybe he's just getting started.
Oh, I didn't even recognize. Hold on, let me go back to
Yeah,
that. That is him.
Lestrade.
Yeah. Good call.
A cow getting crucified.
So yes, and
It's
Natalie Portman.
hysterical
Remember,
to get it approved.
Phantom Menace, Star Wars
Yeah.
came out in 1999. So she had done the first 2.
Was this before Black Swan or after?
At her house.
Maybe. It's been a while. I can't lie. It has been a while since I've seen this. Yes, it is.
Nope, they're filled with bombs.
Well, wait till commercials to set them off, okay?
What's funny is they are a different type of bomb, though.
Okay.
A bomb of idea and thoughts.
I don't remember at all. So
Showgirls.
What's all that? Not sure that.
yeah, well, judging from that, ain't much to show. Made me just think about ironing my clothes.
Savage work, my guy. Look at this. That mask is still dope. Still.
It is.
You remember the hacking group Anonymous when they used to use the old mask back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
You show me ID or I'll get Storm Saxon on your ass.
Sure you want to do that, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said that right. Look, she already knew. She's like, wait a minute. She's like, after last night, then you had me bring this mask in here? She said, yeah, I'm out.
Follow me.
Attention, attention.
That's cool.
Damn.
It's very Batman-ish.
Yeah, shut it down.
Prevails. Clear the hall.
See, it's the stuff you can do when you small.
Help!
Really? Did you see the?
Yeah.
You see the terrorists in the back? That was awful.
That was
bad. Awful.
But you know, that's because most people are so uneducated about things. They have no problem playing up stereotypes to make you believe.
The security of the familiar, the tranquility, repetition.
Hugo Weaving, you are such a gem.
Yeah.
May be used in lieu of conversation. Words will always retain their power. Of truth. And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong.
Come on now.
London. Cruelty and injustice. Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable.
And they will be held accountable.
If you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. His hope was to remind the world that fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives. But if you see what I see, if you feel...
Talk that shit, my guy. Yes.
And together we shall give them a 5th of November that shall never, ever be forgotten.
He talked that stuff. Like,
Kerosene
like
fog
right
is
at
using our
this
smoke
point,
machines.
like in my head, I hear Public Enemy fight the power.
And if I remember right, this movie came out, you know, what, 4 years after the Patriot Act was released, right? Because the Patriot Act came out in like 2001, somewhere around in there. Yeah.
Which again, also part of the impetus behind this movie.
Wearing the mask, get down on your knees now.
And I love the brilliance how they can't even take their masks off because their hands are tied. Yeah.
Have you any idea how long it would take to rebuild this facility?
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
That's the real question.
I mean, that is a good question.
Get some time. Peekaboo.
Oh.
And I'm out. Oh, I love it. Oh, that joint is dope.
And you see how that was different because the first time when he encountered them dudes on the street, he didn't kill none of them. But these dudes, he chopped them up like chop suey.
Freeze! Get your hands on
that tired sigh, like,
Oh. Clocked up good. Oh. Lestrade just out here hitting women.
And other weapons that he used against unarmed civilians in order to broadcast a message of hate.
A message of hate?
Now, this is only an initial report, but at this time, it's believed...
Like I'm reshaping the narrative.
Bollocks. Again, from what we've been told by authorities, the danger is now over. The terrorist is dead.
Look at the way he's looking. Look at him thinking he's trying to make that decision.
He's a terrorist. You can't expect him to act like you or me.
Some part of him's human.
Some part of him's human. When they show the absence of logic.
Look at all those books. Look how well read this guy is. Just art everywhere.
It's a very cool, eclectic place. It's like a museum that he happens to live in.
Just to prove you.
Time when art and thought could reign free, huh?
A jukebox.
You stole them.
Oh, heavens no. Stealing implies ownership.
Tree of objectionable materials.
We claimed them.
God, if they ever find this place.
I suspect
he stole them from the censor.
There's an irony to that thought because there's so many stolen artifacts in the British Museum. Practically half the place is stolen artifacts.
What else to do?
You should have left me alone. Why did you just leave me alone?
You better use some common sense. He was not wrong.
Yes.
Yes, I can only cook while I'm cool. Yeah, put on my black leather isotoners.
With the lanolin. Reminds me of somebody's mama. You know when you mad at your mama, next thing you know, she in the kitchen hooking you up something, you feel a little bit better. Yeah. Nothing says sorry like something good to grub on.
You really think the blowing up Parliament's going to make this country a better place?
There's no certainty, only opportunity.
I like that. No certainty, only opportunity.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
Facts.
Alone, a symbol is meaningless, but with enough people, blowing up a building can change the world.
It did 9/11.
It sure did.
I wish I'd had the chance for a face-to-face. Just one chance, that's all I need.
They be talking good shit.
They be talking grimy until you see that person.
Delusional and aberrant voice, delivering a terrorist ultimatum. An ultimatum that was met with swift and...
You're watching yourself in the shower. You are...
That's about as self-indulgent as it gets.
Bad guys lose. And as always, England for brother.
You know who he reminds me of?
Uh-oh.
What's up there?
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta step out and show them.
Don't worry, I've made sure our reunion...
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show ninjas.
It is you, the ghost of Christmas past.
Got that fire like a G.
Cast in the wrong light, the loss of the Voice of London could be devastating to our credibility.
Somebody said in the chat, this man is just Pierce Morgan. I'm sorry, that's just funny to me.
That's what he reminds me of.
And death in his sleep.
We got any eyes or ears on?
Is that vomit next to his head?
Yeah, I mean, based on all them pills, you know. V is me when I was 9 right now.
But your past that disarmed you.
Gets me every time.
You wouldn't believe the shit they found on Prothero.
Drugs.
Could have started his own hospital.
Passed away late last night from apparent heart failure. An extraordinary talent.
She's lying.
They spin everything.
She blinks a lot when she does a story she knows is false.
And it came as no surprise to those who knew. Lewis, you will be sorely missed.
Show her blinking when she said you'll be sorely missed. She's like, good riddance to his monkey ass.
You didn't take it, did you?
Would you prefer a lie or the truth?
There we go. Would you prefer a lie or the truth?
That.
Yes, I killed him.
Straight up.
I might have killed the fingerman that attacked you, but I heard no objection then.
What?
Oh, he did kill them.
And are you going to kill more people?
Yes.
He said it straight up. Yes.
Yeah.
Busy boy. Yeah, but after all that, they put him in charge of a detention.
All brown countries.
Was there a specific profile for those being sent there?
Right now, we don't have the problems we had back then. We all did what we had to do.
Is that your excuse?
Could. And that's all I have to say about that.
Sure, the young German soldiers in the 1930s
said the same thing.
He used to say that artists use lies to tell the truth while politicians use them to cover the truth up.
Oh, that's a bar.
Yes, it is.
I never saw them again.
That part where you knew you messed up.
I wish I wasn't afraid all the time, but I am.
Are you?
Which is why I wanted to ask if there's anything I can do to help make it right.
True of all governments, the most reliable records are tax records.
That's a fact, probably. The most reliable records are tax records.
The highest paid person at the camp was a priest.
Really? Linneman.
He's paid almost 200 grand a month.
Goodness.
Dang.
To speak at a detention center?
Hold on. Who did you
he's
do? I trust.
That is for your grace to decide.
Ah, that's disgusting.
The bishop, he gonna go in here and get his R. Kelly on.
This dude. And she had to wear a baby, was it a baby doll dress? Isn't that what those are called? Something like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a sick dude if you wanted somebody to be like a child in that.
I hope the rest of you is just as interesting.
No, please, you have to believe me.
Oh, I do. Now, let me show you.
And he's the Bishop of England.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her now how best procure her confession.
What's wrong with people?
Get your ass off me.
Yeah.
It is you.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Evey.
Got the Roscoe.
And seem a saint when most I play the devil.
Please, have mercy.
Oh, we passed that. Not tonight, brother. Not tonight.
Why I always come with the have mercy.
This is Surveillance 109. We have an emergency.
Up.
Run every name in that file. Whereabouts of all.
Time to take that sleep. Ready to go night night?
Yeah. Get going, I'll handle it.
Mercy. You are a cold monster, and you were supposed to have mercy.
Your mother was Irish, wasn't she? If I were you, Chief Inspector, I'd find the terrorist.
I said, in times of fear, they bring out everything you're different.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. We've been side by side fighting the same fight.
Well, none of that matter.
If they find me here, you could be in terrible trouble.
Evey, listen to me. If the government ever searched my house, you would be the least of my problem.
Oh. What you got going on in here, Playboy?
Trusted me. It would be terrible manners for me not to trust you.
Oh, my man got the Batman secret Bruce Wayne vault.
Yes. Just a simple twist of a very good vent.
Oh.
It's a copy of the Quran, 14th century.
Are you Muslim?
No, I'm in television.
He said, no, I'm intelligent.
To be Muslim, to find the images beautiful, it's poetry, movies.
No, did he say he was in television?
Intelligent.
I thought he said he was in television.
I was on my way here and...
Ah. Yes.
He's like, well, you know, I am a freak.
As I am. The truth is, after so many years, you begin to lose more than just your appetite. You wear a mask for so long, you forget who you were beneath it.
Come on now.
It's a scarlet Carson. They're believed to be extinct.
A scarlet Carson, huh?
I just thought it was a rose.
So did I. I'm not even gonna lie. Never even heard of a scarlet Carson.
Yep, okay. My God, he's killed them all. Deceased. Who is she?
Not sure. Clearly one of the people in charge at Larkhill.
The Diana Stanton. It's probably that chick that he was just talking to.
Probably, because after that, all record of her seems to stop.
She changed her name.
Well, that's what I'm guessing.
He's so young. I'm so used to seeing him in Sherlock.
Doctor Who. I mean,
Sherlock, yeah. I mean, this was 20 years ago.
That must be that's why she knew what kind of flower it was. That must mean something.
Mm.
Yeah, it was her. She was the doctor.
It's you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep. Wake up. Sleepy time over.
She knew it.
I've not come for what you hoped to do. I've come for what you did.
Yep.
I have another.
This is fate.
This one's for you.
This one is for you.
Time to get these skibbity paps.
Is there any pain?
Damn.
I'm so sorry.
I do. You know what's funny is I appreciate the fact that he's willing to listen to you apologize. You say whatever you want to. I mean, these results are going to remain though. But go on and say it. Get whatever it is off your chest.
Consequences will be had, but
at least she ain't, die in a pool of barf like her other comrades did.
Well, she has some.
Wanted us to have.
Is it painful? Is it no?
As easily as it could be the deranged fantasy of a former party member who resigned for psychological reasons.
He came up with that so fast.
Its contents will be regarded at the very least as an act of sedition. You would do well, Inspector, to put it out of your mind.
He did that so fast. He's like, this ain't my first rodeo hiding evidence and making up some bullshit.
Yeah, that speech prepped, ready.
My first batch of subjects arrived today. And I have to admit that I'm very excited.
Oh, this is
I'm
this
very
is a flashback.
excited.
Be the dawn of a new age.
Kidnapped people.
X-Men?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It can kill an entire population and leave its wealth intact.
That's Evie's mama.
Yeah.
7th. Commander Prothero toured the lab with a priest, Father Lilliman.
Them too.
I keep wondering if these people knew how they might be helping their country.
What? You kidnapped them.
So weak and pathetic. They never look you in the eye.
I mean, that's how people in this country feel the same way about,
August the 18th.
you know, about former slaves.
Of the original 4.
Look at this. Look at this.
The mutations seem to have triggered the abnormal development.
See, it's going up in numbers. Number 3. Watch this. Number 4.
He could no longer remember who he was or where he was from.
But he's
Whoever he
number
was.
5.
And the hope that all of this would not have been in vain.
There's no such thing as coincidence. Only the illusion of it.
I was trying to understand how it could have happened when I saw him.
This dude came out like an X-Men.
He looked at me.
He looked like the Silver Surfer.
There were no eyes. I know he was looking at me because I felt it.
Woo! I feel that anger. Y'all gonna get it. Oh, wait till I get home.
I felt that anger too. He's butt naked and he has been burnt to a crisp. You know what that means. He is now a eunuch. Bro, kill everybody.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies. Let God sort them out. You done burnt my jammy off. Look, I said earlier, I just found out about this, where you cut the hole in the bread and you know, fry the egg or whatever, put it in the bread.
No such thing as coincidence.
Eggy in the basket. My mum used to make them.
This is weird.
See? Eggy in the basket. Yeah. See?
He made me eggs just like this.
Really?
Yeah.
I swear.
That is a strange coincidence.
I've never done that. I've seen it done before.
I am V. You're stunned, I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that beneath this wrinkled, well-fed exterior for Fawkesian masks, vive la révolution.
That is not funny.
Of course, he was right, wasn't he? There is something wrong with this country.
Oh, so this must have been what viral infection, an epidemic. So a pandemic, and that's what she was doing. She was taking infected people,
80,000
kidnapping them, but using them as guinea pigs.
What if someone else killed all those people? Would you really want to know who it was?
Would you want to know?
If our own government was responsible for what happened at St. Mary's and Three Waters.
Now keep in context, this came out 5 years after 9/11.
Would you really want to know?
Would you really want to know?
Would you want to know?
What's all this about?
I'm celebrating.
Celebrating what?
She's been here chilling with him for a minute.
We threw out the censor-approved script and shot a new one that I wrote this morning.
Oh my God.
She took a deep drink. Look at this.
Chancellor.
Now, while she's tripping, Evie need to get out of his house right now.
Terrorism business, and we thought it would be a nice idea to try and help you.
Them people are on our way to his house right now.
I understand you enjoy glass every night, Chancellor.
Since I was a boy.
Look, he got milk in his hand too. You saw the Chancellor?
Oh my God, Chancellor! Look! The terrorist! The terrorist!
My man.
What are you playing on?
Dear.
That's some.
And then
Charlie
the Benny
Brown shit
Hill.
right there. Yeah. That is so perfect. He just resigned. His face and neck, 2 different colors. The chance they're about to have him killed.
Finers? Big deal. We've got the most watched show on air.
Dude, is you for real? Look, your agent's already got his bags packed. He's on his way out of town.
Matter I wasn't breastfed.
Is everything a joke to you, Gordon?
Only the things that matter.
What?
He's a dead man.
Apology, do some boring fundraiser, and in the meantime, our ratings will go through the roof. It'll be fine.
Gonna be a story about how you killed yourself tomorrow.
He tripped and fell down some stairs.
He hit his head and made a boo-boo.
And she having a flashback.
Look at me, hide.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing. Look at that.
But she know not to yell this time. McCready, yeah, McCready like, oh, you done made that up.
Come that black bag.
Don't you make a sound.
Tied up, wrapped up in plastic. When it happens, that's it. Ugh.
I'm trying to tell you, my ankles and knees would be like, ooh, you done made that up.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? You can return to your life, Miss Hammond.
She's like, you didn't even bring me a lobster dinner. I need lobster dinner with the butter before I start to snitching. She's 10 toes down.
Woo! She cried like that for real, like in real life when they cut her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the actress really crying. She's like,
yeah.
Not like this.
This wasn't in the damn script.
Get your ass in there. Get this day rate.
Yeah.
Woo!
In here looking like G.I. Jane. Well, at least she don't have a bad shaped head, though. You know what I'm saying? Some people
not everybody can pull that off. Yeah.
Yeah. That right there, that's the worst kind of. That is not a shower.
Ugh.
The rat eat a little bit and the rat died.
Yo, and the rat was like, nah, you got it. You know that's got to be bad. Look, I love how the frame is even smaller. You see how to force the claustrophobia? Yeah.
Here's my only problem with this scene right here, though. She's not grimy enough for me, right? She should be filthy. She should be grimy. Right now, she can get out and walk the runway in Paris right now. Like, you better work it, girl. Dude, like, she gonna start singing Michael Jackson songs to the rat, man.
Start singing Ben. The lyrics right there. Ben, the two of us will never part.
I don't remember much of those early years, but I do remember the rain. My grandmother owned a farm in...
Here comes the rain again.
But I'd only told them the truth. Was that so selfish? Our integrity sells for so little, but it is all we really have.
Bars on bars on bars.
There he is.
I don't know.
I mean, they dragged her back in there like she was old luggage. Damn.
The first time we kissed, I knew I never wanted to kiss any other lips but hers again.
Deep right there. Kind of hoodoo she got on her lips.
Hey, those are those flowers, isn't it? Yep. Scarlet Carson's.
But America's war grew worse and worse, and eventually came to London.
America's war.
How unfamiliar words like collateral and rendition became frightening. And the articles of allegiance became powerful. I remember how different became dangerous. I've never cried so hard in my life. It wasn't long till they came for me.
She ain't even try to resist. Look at this. You're just done.
But for 3 years, I had roses and apologized to no one. I shall die here. Every inch of me shall perish. And even though I may never meet you, laugh with you, cry with you.
Arrange a detail of 6 men and take her out behind the chemical shed and shoot her.
Damn.
She's like, well. No, but the thing is, she's not complaining because she's made a number of choices that put her there. She can't whine and be like, I didn't do nothing.
Anything.
Thank you. But I'd rather die behind the chemical sheds.
Nothing left to fear. You are truly free now. I'm about playing games. How's she been in that long though? But her eyebrows is on fleek. Like, see? She should have some bushy, just crazy Doc Brown and Back to the Future type Jones.
That look right there says it all. Like, what the?
Yeah. I'ma whoop your ass.
Hello, Evey.
We playing games. That's what we do.
It was you.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
I just had to see if he was gonna snitch.
I thought they'd arrest him, but when they found a Quran in his house, they had him executed.
Damn, just for having it.
You did this to me. You cut my hair.
Freed you.
But each time you refused to give in, I knew I couldn't.
You're sick.
Am I?
Could have ended it, Evey. You could have given in, but you didn't. Why?
Leave me alone. I hate you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let your anger consume you.
True about yourself.
No.
What was true in that cell is just as true now.
I can't feel anything anymore.
Don't run from it, Evey. You've been running all your life.
Hyperventilate.
Listen to me, Evey. This may be the most important moment of your life.
Commit to it.
They took your brother.
They took your brother.
Cell and took everything they could take. In that cell, you found something that mattered more to you.
What'd she find?
I felt.
Yes.
I'm dizzy. I need
to go outside. I feel that.
Grass.
Take me outside.
Take us to the roof.
Woo! This scene here! Woo! Boy, legendary! Feel it, Evey. Feel that freedom. God is in the rain. Them damn Wachowskis, sisters, siblings, whatever. They knocked that shit out the park. Love that scene. And then follow up with this.
V. I'm leaving.
All right. Do what you gotta do, boo.
I thought about keeping this, but didn't seem right knowing you wrote it.
I didn't. May I?
That's Valerie.
It's a basic principle of the universe that every action will create an equal and opposing reaction.
And
Created a monster. Am I the monster there? If they created me, am I the monster?
All right.
Thank you.
V, you done created something different.
You know what I'm saying? They did it backwards, though. I like it. They released Neo from the Matrix, but instead of waiting on him to believe in himself, they did it first. And she released herself from the Matrix.
If I am sure of anything, Inspector Finch, it is that this government will not survive if it is to be subject to your feelings.
That's dope.
Stand on the edge of oblivion. I want every man, woman, and child to understand how close we are to chaos.
Still pisses me off.
To remember why they need us.
That bullshit.
Yeah.
State, the Midwest.
Scientists attribute this latest water shortage to the lack of rain.
Fear.
More
fear.
We have people just like that in our government today.
To the St. Mary's viral attack on London 14 years ago.
She been kicking it at.
The more power he attains, the more obvious his zealotry, and the more aggressive his supporters become.
That's so familiar.
And then imagine that you and you alone have the cure. But if your ultimate goal is power, how best to use such a weapon?
Fear.
Their target should not be an enemy of the country, but rather the country itself. But the end result, the true genius of the plan, was the fear.
It's the fear
of this government, and through it, our politician was ultimately appointed to the newly created position of High Chancellor.
In a whole brand new position, High Chancellor.
Can you prove any of this?
Why do you think I'm still
Might as well call himself Palpatine.
All right. We'd like to take you into protective custody.
Yeah, right.
Without you knowing, I'll contact you again. Till then, cheerio.
Cheerio, mate.
Why didn't you come forward before? What were you waiting for?
Well, for you, Inspector. I needed you.
I needed one honest man. Like a thief in a night.
From someone else, some other piece of meat. And who will that be? You, Mr. Greedy. On every fool. Bollocks. Oh, a man as smart as you, I think, knows otherwise.
So come on, brother.
Yeah. Do I look like I'm joking? You see this mask? I'm smiling ear to ear.
That's why Sutler's been kept underground.
And you've already seen my resume.
William Rookwood is dead.
I'd say so. 20 years now.
Who is Kaza Soze? That little girl's glasses are deep. She already know what's gonna happen because she can see the future.
347 days, gentlemen. 347 failures.
Chancellor, 347 days.
We are being buried
18
beneath
days
the
left.
avalanche of your inadequacies, Mr. Creedy.
Damn. Buried beneath the inadequacies. Mr. Creedy.
You couldn't just say, I'm not doing a good job.
An avalanche of your inadequacies.
That's one hell of a bill for sending all that.
Caught with one of those masks, arrested.
Give me the money! Give me the fucking money!
Of course.
Everybody's gonna use it to however you want to use it. Use it. Anarchy. Ooh, Creedy, you catching L's, boy.
One long chain of events that stretched all the way back before Lark Hill.
Come on, talk on it.
We were all part of it. I know.
Kaza Soze. Kaza Soze.
Kaza Soze.
So do you know what's going to happen?
What day is it?
I got an idea.
But I can guess. With so much chaos, someone will do something stupid.
How's that little girl with them glasses?
Yeah, we passed
Oh,
that.
it's a finger man. It's a finger man. They're gonna beat the brakes off of your punk ass. Oh!
Sutler will be forced to do the only thing he knows how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At which point...
You make all the people.
His word.
Mm.
And then...
Get him, dog! A perfect plan.
It's just beautiful. How much patience you gotta have. It's like, you know what? I'm working on something. But while I'm waiting, I'm gonna line up these dominoes.
One person is all it takes.
That's it.
Power of one.
One. The power of one. The power of many. My bad. My bad.
Tonight's your big night. You ready for it?
Showtime.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for it.
I guess whatever you did to me were better than I'd have imagined.
That's the thing. She's carrying a whole new person.
Yeah.
On the eve of your revolution.
Revolution without dancing is a revolution not worth having.
Any instigator or agitator will be made example of.
Gonna go over well.
Is that tomorrow morning, instead of a newspaper, I will be reading Mr. Creedy's resignation.
Mr. Creedy still be catching these L's.
Yeah. Creedy. Creedy like that.
Public statement tonight.
So you about to get these hands, little buddy.
The masks were ingenious. It was strange to suddenly see your face everywhere.
Conceal me.
And yet I know almost nothing about you. I don't know where you are. I don't even know what you really look like.
Girl, don't be touching that.
There is a face.
This ain't a mask. This is fused onto my face.
I'm no more that face than I am the muscles beneath it.
If they do, what do you think will happen?
They will fire on their own people.
Guns, stand up to people with guns.
That part.
Mm-hmm. And that's why people always talk about how could these people in other countries, they fighting against tanks with stones, with rocks.
Spectre.
These people have not felt any sort of oppression.
Yeah. When you use anything, if you've got to break your own house down to have stones to throw just to resist.
Took nearly 10 years to clear the tracks. Lay a bit.
Damn.
Let me show you.
That right there is fortitude of purpose.
It's a man of conviction.
Mm-hmm. Now, if only Sherlock was here. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did.
Then it's really going to happen, isn't it?
It will if you want it.
Ooh.
Of my home, my books, the gallery, this train. I'm leaving to you to do with what you will.
Nah, power to the people.
Mm-hmm.
But the choice to pull this lever is not mine to make. Will end tonight. And tomorrow a different world will begin that different people will shape.
Man, V's just that dude.
Where are you going?
My work is done. It's on y'all now.
She got a booth and it's like a Beauty and the Beast. You know what I'm saying?
But for me, I took it as she's not kissing the man, she's kissing the message. For me, she may be kissing the man in her eyes. But not everything has to have a Hollywood ending. Like in the Three Musketeers movie. No, Count of Monte Cristo, that's what he was watching.
Bring him down.
Tonight, we must remain steadfast. We must remain determined.
Everything is empty. Ain't nobody hearing that BS no more.
For all the things you've done, for the things you might have done, and for the only thing you...
Take that rose, homie.
Mr. Creedy?
Got done in by your own boy. Said your man's put you, your man set you up.
But the thing is, when you treat him like, you know, what's your line? Whose pit bull is this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
have a look at your face.
When you treat him like that, you can't be surprised when he go rabbit. Yeah, ooh, you leaking. You leaking.
You won't cry like him, will you? You're not afraid of death. You're like me.
I have in common, Mr. Creedy, is we're both about to die.
How do you imagine that's
got on his? He got on his mithril. Ooh.
Fancy karate gimmicks. We have guns.
No, what do you have a bullet?
You're not smart.
I'm no longer standing, because if I am, you'll all be dead before you've reloaded.
Woo! What you've got is bullets. Woo! Oh, he's about to say the line.
They tore his ass up. It's amazing how nobody shot him in the head, though.
My turn. Let's go! You gonna get all this.
Opened you up. Your Kool-Aid leaking. Ooh.
All that throat work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that. Hold that.
Now this right here, this is Zack Snyder. You can learn something. If you're gonna use slow motion, use it for effect.
Give me that. Nah, bruh. Did you just not see what just happened?
Why won't you die?
Because I was already dead.
It was an idea, Mr. Creedy. And ideas are bulletproof.
I'm gonna
Well, he told him with his hands.
Ow!
How strong he is, too. He's strong. He is so strong.
Said you gonna die when I put my hands around your throat.
He took a lot of punishment, though. Like, right now, he's... Yeah, there's only so much that, bulletproof vests do. Like, yeah. Kool-Aid leaking. But that's how it is. He had that next level conviction. He had that next level.
I won't have this thing getting any more bollocksed up than it already is.
Oh, is that what you think?
To 1, we have enemy contact.
Enemy contact.
Look at this. I love how she respected the fact that she didn't have to take his mask off. No, because it's not about the man.
It's not. Yeah, it's not about what he looks like under.
Yeah.
She's the one.
You're Evey Hammond, aren't you?
No.
Stop. Get your hand off that lever.
Yeah. No. Simple and powerful. No.
Yeah.
Woo, look at that. Thousands.
So how is the people sick and tired of being sick and tired? But see how it's used effectively when they're storming because they're tired of the oppression and the fascism. Not because nobody voted for me. All aboard. Go make big boom. Make big boom.
It almost reminds you of that scene at the end of Fight Club when they just watch the buildings fall. Yeah. Blow it up! Blow all of it up!
I just hope nobody was in there, like, you know, the cleaning crew ain't in there, like.
Who's Edmund Dantes? My friend. Who is you?
It's you.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. Yeah, Mr. James McTeague and the Wachowski brothers at the time. That, man, you know, like the Wachowskis are kind of hit and miss with me. Of course, they made arguably one of the greatest science fiction movies of all time in The Matrix. You know, but they did have some stuff that didn't necessarily hit. But here's the thing about them. I think they realized that maybe we might not be the right individuals to tell this story, so they got somebody else that they could, and they was like, we'll just produce this. We'll just give you all the tools you need in order to tell this message. And to me, it's their second strongest project out of everything that they've ever done. For me personally, The Matrix #1 is always gonna be #1. But to me, V for Vendetta, as far as just having their fingers involved in it, is their second best project. This is one of those projects that seems and feels timeless. You know, not a whole lot of crazy special effects, not a lot of crazy, you know, action sequences. Don't get me wrong, when they did show the action sequences, they were amazing. But this is a very dialogue-driven project, and the story is solid. And when you have good story, it can endure the test of time. Sorry about that. I'm gonna put the thing back on. How are you feeling, Rekkai, on your recent rewatch of what I think is a timeless classic? Okay, say more.
This was already a graphic novel under the DC banner, under the Vertigo imprint. This is an IP. It's just like how we give Zack Snyder all of this credit for the best project that he ever did was 300. However, again, 300 was already a graphic novel. It was a comic already done by Frank Miller, who is one of the great comic writers of our time. And Frank Miller himself was on set to make sure you don't mess this up, my boy. They took an IP that was already incredible. Think of it like the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
You know, you don't really mess that up because you already have an incredible IP to go off of.
Okay.
The Wachowskis took the graphic novel and wrote the screenplay. They developed it so that it plays on screen.
Okay.
But it's not like they wrote this, you know. So I understand, and you're right. This is their second strongest project. However, they adapted something that was already done, and that's why this is so strong. And that's why a lot of the other stuff, you know, just because you worked on some super strong stuff doesn't mean it's like, oh, well, I read the language. I think we got it now. We got it. Let's do our own. No, it don't work like that.
That's very true.
Everybody is not that gifted to, you know, not everybody can be Stephen King. You can't be George R.R. Martin. You can't be Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. There are some brilliant people out here that can put the pen to paper and make something magical.
Yeah.
This, if you listen to the dialogue in this, it may be heavy, it may be highbrow, and I think them translating, putting the vision, and however they work together with James McTeague to make this a thing, it was magical.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. I think the only thing is that I do now, if the Wachowskis had directed this, you know, I don't know if it would have been this. You know what I mean? You know, I feel like they knew. They was like, okay, let's somebody else take a swing at this. And what's crazy is James McTeague hasn't really done a whole lot after this. He did a few other projects after this, but for the most part, kind of like Faded to Black. But you are right. You know, the source material is so strong. You know, we go on and on for days about the power of story. Story will always outlast anything else. It'll outlast actors, score, visual effects. If anything is going to be lasting, it's because, I mean, we had a discussion regarding old classics, regarding like a movie that we had talked about. Citizen Kane is still regarded as one of the most, is considered a top 10 film of all time. And it had nothing to do with special effects. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
You know, it was a story. And this, I feel like this is one of those projects that can hold true for any generation, because if you're dealing with politics is going to involve some levels of corruption, some levels of pushing, you know, a narrative that the people may not necessarily agree with. And here we are on an election year, and November 5th actually falls on voting day out here, election day out here in the States. And I couldn't think of a more fitting film, because there's stuff even in this film, even today, that still hold up. I wanted to talk about context, right? I don't think this movie was a commercial success. I think it may have made money, but I don't remember it being a commercial success. I remember it when it came to VHS and DVD, and people were like, yo, did you see this V for Vendetta? I remember like it being really talked about well after the fact. And I wanted to talk about the context of this time period. This is 2005. You know, we're 5 years after the towers are hit. I remember there was a documentary that came out. I forgot what it was, Fahrenheit 9/11 or something like that came out that was debunking, you know, is it something that maybe the government may have done? I don't know. But I just remember like the fever of remember. I mean, 5 years off of considerably one of the greatest national tragedies since Pearl Harbor. It's still fresh on people's minds. And then this movie comes out. I just wanted your opinion on what you were thinking when you saw this during that time period, what that time period meant to you, and the tones of what this movie is talking about in terms of when it came out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just because I have a rebellious spirit anyway, which makes even less sense that I am a military veteran myself. This movie hit different for me, because I understood what was being said. You know, when you allow people, you know, when we vote people in the office that lean towards the type of politics that are not for and of the people. And when they do things to prop themselves up and really lean more towards, you know, an authoritarian, fascist type of regime. And I'm not going to say unlike things that are happening right now as we speak, but it's it's amazing to me how all common sense seems to go out the window when there are people that agree with your prejudices, and not what's in the best interest of all the people. And that doesn't have to be me speaking as a minority, so I see it differently. The thing is, hell, if I'm speaking as a Christian, and regardless of what religious background you follow or do not follow, if you're not into this because it's about all people and the well-being of all people and our planet in general, then I don't have anything in common with you. You know, when we start labeling people conservative, liberals, Dems, like, everything loses its meaning because you're just leaping. I'm a grown ass man. Some things I am very liberal about. Some things I'm very conservative about. And that's just because that's life. Everything is not black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray. And it just seems that we don't seem to understand that when it comes to a lot of things. When you talk about money, politics, religion, we don't seem to deal with logic or common sense at all. And it's really sad that we have people that are so bent on following their own agendas just for the pure sake of greed and power.
That part.
That we give into them.
That part.
And like you said, this came after 9/11. We gave away our privacy. We gave away our freedoms because we based everything in fear. Mm-hmm. And that's why we don't understand how the rest of the world operates, because they don't live in fear, even though they live in constant danger. That's why a majority of people in this country don't understand Black people. Because we live in that danger. We live in that fear every damn day. We do what it takes to survive every day. I shouldn't have a visceral reaction when the police pull up behind me because I did a rolling stop through a stop sign. It's a stop sign. I just didn't come to a full stop. But that right there can be the difference of whether I even make it home to my kids today. And that's real. And I know it's not every policeman. I know it. But I don't know if the one who pulled me over is one of them people. That's what we go through. That's what people in other war-torn countries, they go through. So they have a hard time. We have a hard time understanding these people who lead with their privilege. They don't understand regular damn people. And unfortunately, a lot of celebrities, athletes, entertainers, politicians, we saw the example of a religious man in here. They don't understand the common people anymore because they're not one of us.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm curious what you all think within the chat regarding the context of this film and what it means in your life. Many of you weren't there for 9/11 and may miss some of the context, especially after the Patriot was released. I'm not saying that is exactly what this is talking about. Today, the story just changes. The actors may change, but the script remains the same. This could be applied to a lot of inadequacies that's going on, and a lot of disenfranchisement of people, people moving in fear, people creating laws and moving a government based in fear and controlled by people in power with greed and other malicious ideas. How does this affect you today? I know you're watching this on election day, and regardless of how you're voting, I'm sure we can all agree that we all want the ability to walk freely in this space, chase our dreams, protect our families. I'm hoping this is something that maybe can inspire some thought to challenge. One of my favorite quotes is, people shouldn't be afraid of their government. The government should be afraid of the people. I think that's a dope bar that's been lasting for quite some time. If you haven't voted and you're already watching this, yo, head out there. I don't know if the polls are still open. Do that thing. Do your civic duty. Of course, be safe. Love one another. Hey, we're all in this country together. We're all on this planet together. the whole planet. I just think this is just a dope piece of art that talks about things that are much bigger than the script, than the actors. It's a masterpiece, and I'm happy to have been able to enjoy this with you. For those that are wondering who it is that we've been talking to, members of the Patreon get a chance to watch us do these reactions. You can be a part of the process. And Patreon members have a very private section of our public Discord where they can watch this work. If you want to be a part of that process, there's a link in the description. Now, you've heard, pieces of brilliance. You see, I'm a little more scatterbrained. Rekkai is a lot more brilliant of consolidating his ideas in a lot more palatable way. I can speak to the masses way easier than I can. And trust me, you want to hear more of it. Rekkai, please tell the people how they get in contact with your Patreon first. And of course, to become a subscriber on your YouTube channel.
I'm working every day to add more value to my Patreon because my Patreon members are very dear to me. And just as dear, just different, is also my YouTube subscribers. So whether you put patreon.com or youtube.com, comes out to the same thing at the end. Nupe from the Ville, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. Gotta use this. So as you hopefully went out to the polls today, if you haven't went, please go use this. But even more than that, you gotta use this. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you all for your time, and we will catch you in the next episode. All right, y'all, take care.